What's up, guys? Eric and Dan with Tools in Action. Today we got something pretty cool that you guys probably recognize. DeWALT's had a TrackSaw for a long time, but this one is different because this works off their FLEXVOLT, which means that it's cordless. You don't have a cord. So what exactly is a TrackSaw? What does it do, and when would you use it, and why would you want it?
A TrackSaw is basically a pretty useful saw. Actually, it's going to allow you to make very accurate straight cuts on mobile pieces of material. When I say mobile pieces of material, I mean you could bring a door out here, put the door down, you got to shave out just a 1/4 inch. This is the tool that's going to do it for you. It basically rides on this track, you guys, and the cool features that this saw has in particular is an anti-kickback feature. So if it does get ready to kick back on you, it's going to, you know, lock into the track.
Yeah, it won't come backwards. Now you can disable that feature too if you want to, so if it's something you don't want to do. So I do like that option.
Right, and the cool thing about a TrackSaw is you don't necessarily have to have elevation. What I mean by that is if I put a 2-inch piece of wood here and I wanted to just cut 2 inches, I wouldn't have to put a piece under it, because I could just set the depth on that because it plunges to 2 inches and then go through. Obviously, you know, I don't know if you'd want to be doing that because accuracy issues, but of the piece of material you're cutting. But that's the cool thing about a plunge, you know. So you're gonna basically hit here and you push forward, it goes down. This one's a little different than other ones on the market. The other ones seem to move easier. This one doesn't seem, but then again, I'm in an awkward angle right now. I think if I was above it, it's more about just, you know, push straight and going down.
Yeah, you got to kind of push forward and down at the same time.
Another cool feature is variable speed here. So if you're cutting through laminate, something like that, you don't need the heat. You know, you don't want to cause too much damage. You can slow that blade down and get a more accurate cut. And obviously, you know, the speed that you're running through the material, you know, so helps on that. All kinds of adjustments, you guys. You have a depth of adjustment here, a little bit over 2 inches. We'll put all the stats below. And 47-degree bevel.
Yeah, it doesn't have any positive stops. Bevel you can control on both sides of it, so when you do lock it into place, it holds it. On the back, it has dust control management. Unfortunately, it does not come with a bag, which I think is a little weird, but whatever. You can hook it up to your dust management system, and it does a pretty good job of collecting the dust. So, containing it, I should say. So,
right. A couple negatives that I didn't like about it is it does have a tool for the arbor, but this tool on the other end should have the tool required to undo these 4 screws to get the protective plate off. On that protective plate, though, is some, like a little bit of rubber overmold or something. So if you're up against the door, if you're up against something, a wall, I don't think it's going to mar the material.
Or if you can use it sideways too, you know, without the track, I don't know.
Maybe, maybe. Also up here, dude, is your Arbor Lock. You're going to hit your Arbor Lock, and then you can pull back right here to lock it. That's kind of cool, because it is kind of a pain in the butt sometimes.
Exactly.
You ever start cranking, and all of a sudden it gets loose, you're like, damn. You know, so that works out pretty good. Adjustments to keep it on the track. I don't know what else to say about it. Brushless 60-volt power, you guys. It really does a good job. It's a great little mobile TrackSaw. Others out there, Eric says they have Makita. I haven't seen it. Festool's a really good TrackSaw manufacturer.
Yeah, Craig's even got a pretty cool thing now too, where you actually just buy the base and any saw will go into it, which I think is pretty cool. It's only like 80 bucks. Unfortunately, you can't plunge with it. That's the downside, but pretty cool alternative, I think. Yeah,
and I mean, you know, this thing's main competitor is probably Festool. Festool has a cordless one. I don't know the top of the, or off the top of my head, the model number, but I know they have the TS55REQ, I think it is, and that's their corded TrackSaw, which is, you know, it's a great TrackSaw. It really is a good TrackSaw. It's expensive, so this is a lot less expensive alternative. Plus, DeWALT's kind of more rated for the job site. You're going to be able to beat this up a little more than you are the Festool, in my personal opinion.
Well, that's why I want to see the Makita. I'm really curious about the Makita. It takes 2 batteries, 36 volt, basically. Yeah. You know, I'm curious to see how that is.
Clamps, you guys, go on the top of the track, clamp down, keep your work straight.
And what's nice is it goes into the side, just like that, and you can clamp the work down. So that way you're not obstructed. You can go all the way from one end to the other end, and you don't have to worry about the clamp getting in the way.
Very smart. Or some people drill holes in these things, you know, flush mount them and put screws in them if you're going through plywood or something like that. And it comes with the Testacky. Testackies. We call them Testackies now.
Yeah, might as well.
You know, what's cool about that, any other tools you get, you guys, is going to be able to lock together, lock in there. The only thing I would like to see, DeWALT, is make it say, like, a big yellow panel with black writing, TrackSaw.
Well,
on here, and then, yeah, I know, but
you can take that off.
I don't like that. Put it here and put it here. So that way,
why don't you just get a sticker or one of those bedazzler things.
Because I just wanted to say it on there. So when it's in my...
But what happens if now, if you want to take that and you don't want that for your thing and you want to use it for your drills?
Then you can spray paint it on.
Just like you can spray paint it on.
You guys.
Just saying, man.
You know what I'm saying.
Not a complicated world.
DeWalt's typical warranty on this, 3 years, you know. Personally, I'm a fan of the FLEXVOLT line. DeWALT currently does not advertise with us, so, you know, but I do tout them. To me, DeWalt's a really good brand. They've been around forever. You know, Stanley Black & Decker owns them. And, you know, yeah, a lot of that technology is shared between the brands of the, you know, the mother company. But DeWalt's always just been pretty consistent with, you know, good stuff. And with the FLEXVOLT, I haven't had any issues. I've just had a couple batteries that were early release ones that had some issues
with FLEXVOLT, you're saying?
Yeah.
Okay.
1 or 2 batteries of mine just kind of wouldn't take a charge. But they were just such early, they were like almost prototype, I think. But, you know, now it's solid, it's working good. And I like the ability that you could take it and put it on your 12 volts. Obviously, or 20 volts. Obviously, it makes your 20 volts super heavy.
But I like it because then it's a true 6 amp, because when it's running at 60 amp, it's a 2 amp. So when you do go to 20, you can use it on like your circular saws or high demand stuff, and you got that amperage behind it, which is cool.
And that's what Eric likes, the amperage behind them.
No, I'd rather have a tool run for a while if you're doing a job, you know.
Yeah. You guys, where do you see more in action of these tools after we get them out to the contractors? Over on Instagram. So we post on Instagram. We try to do every day. Sometimes it's not every day, but we do post there, and we are going to be posting a lot of us out on the job site with these contractors, and you know, just seeing what they're using, what they like, and how it's done. So hashtag TIA Crew at Instagram is at Tools in Action.
At Tools in Action. Don't forget to go over to toolsinaction.com. We got a power tool forum, lots of cool TIA gear. We always love hearing what you have to say. Go through, leave comments on either the website, articles, tool or forum, whatever.
For more exciting tool action, go to toolsinaction.com.